Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Ripple Quant 6, interesting timing. Look at SDX in the liquidity hub with SBI. Guys, this coming from Crypto Eddie here on Twitter. The Digital Pound Foundation is hosting a live webinar with Accenture, Quant, Ripple, and SDX Global on digital money, global markets, and the coming revolution in cross-border settlement. And so here is the advertisement, I guess, for that on Twitter. Crypto Eddie again bringing that to our attention. So the date is February 24th, and they say down here, new forms of digital money, including central bank digital currencies, are opening up possibilities for wholesale cross-border transaction settlement. They have the potential to revolutionize the FX markets, reducing the dependence of intermediaries, opening up competition and more efficient, effective market structures. They are also a key dependency for the evolution of digital asset markets, which introduce the ability to transform the way in which capital is allocated and value is transferred in a global marketplace. So, as I mentioned in this morning's video, which I will link up here in the top right-hand corner if you guys didn't catch that, the Great Reset could take a turn. It might not be implemented as planned. We might still see part of it being implemented, especially for the financial world, because now we have new technology, blockchain, DLT developments. Of course, Ripple's XRP will likely be implemented because of its efficiency. But CBDCs, for example, in a perfect globalist master scheme, they would likely have wanted, to have their druthers and have CBDCs be programmable and be able to control the people using the CBDCs. So, for example, you can only use it in a certain geographical location, or you can only use it a certain radius away from your home, or you can only use a CBDC to purchase essentials like groceries or something from the pharmacy or what have you. But it doesn't have to be like that. And so we're still kind of navigating where the world is moving. But back to my point, the technology is here, Ripple and XRP central to this new financial system. And I think despite whether the Great Reset is successful or not, we are still going to need these standards, right? For this new and emerging global marketplace, as they mentioned, everything has been going online. We've been seeing more e-commerce, so on and so forth. As with any new market structure, there will be challenges, including interoperability, standards, open access, and competition. And then they mentioned Project Jura, which was led by the Bank for International Settlements, the Banque de France, the Swiss National Bank, with support from a range of private sector actors and market participants, explored the potential for cross-border settlement of tokenized assets and FX trades on a single DLT-based platform operated by a third party. And so in this webinar, we'll hear from Digital Pound Foundation members and industry stakeholders, including participants in Project Jura, on the benefits that new forms of digital money can bring to wholesale cross-border settlements and the innovative use cases that can be delivered, as well as the associated challenges and potential solutions. We'll also have a robust and lively panel discussion around the roles that public and private sector can play in developing the future ecosystem for cross-border settlements. And guys, James Wallace, Vice President of Central Bank Engagements and CBDCs, he is from Ripple. He is going to be on this panel, along with some people from the Digital Pound Foundation, a collaborator of Ripple's, and RTGS, who is also integrated with Ripple, Dave Sissons. And I know some of you guys are Quant fans as well. So Gilbert Verdian here, CEO of Quant, is also going to be on this discussion panel. Interesting, and that's happening February 24th. We also got this guys from T-Hole Benedict XRP, Ripple partner Neum, and Finchy team up to boost international payments. Fintech company Finchy has partnered with Singapore-based payments and card issuance provider Neum to utilize Neum's offerings across the Asia-Pacific region in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, according to a Tuesday report. So this is just out yesterday. The collaboration will enable real-time payments to new markets and improve services to existing regions for Finchy's individual and business customers. Here's a quote, guys. "Empowering young businesses with global reach and helping them build their footprint internationally is our main goal at Neum." This coming from Neum Chief Revenue Officer Frederick Crosby. That's what he said in a report. He goes on by saying, addressing and overcoming the constraints of local payment infrastructures is a real need for companies such as Finchy. And so this partnership will give Finchy customers access to more markets, allowing them to make payments in real time at competitive FX rates with no hidden fees or additional transaction costs. One of the highlights, I'm sure, for partnering with a Ripple-enabled company, they can be really, really competitive because the technology is so efficient, right? Fast, cheap. They do not need to charge them an arm and a leg to utilize their product. Finchy hopes to expand its services to Asia, Africa, and Latin America through the partnerships with Neum and other companies. It serves companies in sectors including shipping, IT, aircraft management, logistics, trading, and construction. So we don't usually think of those companies in terms of commerce, I suppose, but you got to think every company needs a commerce component in some way, shape, or form. And so, if one company partners with a Ripple-enabled company, they can serve all those other sectors that we just don't think about, like IT, aircraft management, logistics, construction. I mean, when you look at it at face value, of course, those companies still need to be integrated into some type of financial system to transact. We don't necessarily think of them, but of course they exist. And so if Finchy already has those partnerships, connecting with a Ripple-enabled company like Neum obviously helps boost that. So great news there. Wanted to thank T-Hole Betic for posting that. And with regards to the Ripple XRP lawsuit, guys, Empower Oversight just filed this new request with the SEC seeking documents that would show how it searched for records related to alleged crypto conflicts of interest before claiming that no responsive records existed. So they just retweeted this out on February 1st, which was just yesterday. Specifically, this request aims to uncover exactly how diligently the SEC searched for records relating to Clayman, Hinman, and the Berger communications. Still such a mess. The SEC scrambling to cover up as much as they can. Jordy VH over here posted this. This was a file, a transcript from one of the, I believe from one of the depositions. The question was, okay, and is there anything in here, Mr. Hinman, so it was William Hinman's deposition, that indicates that you expressed a view at this meeting that you believed sales of XRP were security sales at this point in time? And the answer right here, guys, no. Mr. Sullivan, the lawyer, says, okay, that's all I have. So even in Hinman's deposition, he did, the popcorn gif by XRP Yoda here is kind of appropriate, isn't it? But even during his deposition, William Hinman did state that he did not believe the sales of XRP were security sales at that point in time. Nevertheless, this goes against the SEC's point completely, which just has me scratching my head. How could they have a leg to stand on? And now Empower Oversight filing this new request, seeking those documents. So a bit of an update here from that lobbying group that really wants to hold the SEC to task. And just along those lines too, I wanted to mention this from Stéphane Hubert. Isn't it strange that despite the announced early resignation, no successor has yet been nominated? Now, you guys know, Elad Roisman did leave the SEC kind of abruptly, a little early. I believe his term was supposed to go into next year or the year after, and he left early. So why has there been no successor nominated yet? It's an interesting question. We don't really know what's going on behind the scenes there, but Stéphane continues, or that Roisman's resignation would have at least been coordinated so that this does not happen. Again, it could have happened abruptly, and we still do not have a successor for Elad Roisman. Unfortunately, Elad Roisman was one of those SEC commissioners that were very cryptocurrency friendly, very open to ideas about regulating cryptocurrency in a way that would allow for innovation and that would not stifle innovation. So we have Hester Peirce, one of the last ones standing here, Allison Heron-Lee, Carolyn Crenshaw, and Gary Gensler, more interested in taking a hardline approach against cryptocurrencies rather than allowing for innovation to take place. So it's interesting. I wonder who they are going to choose as a replacement. And when is that replacement going to come? An interesting observation here from Stéphane Hubert. And this guy's from @KernowMaiden here on Twitter. This was from a November 2021 report, so from a couple of months ago. But this was directly from the World Bank Group on CBDCs. I had not seen this report, but when you dig a little deeper, it's interesting. So she says on page 31, Ripple and XRP are mentioned for cross-border payments, and for retail, Stellar and XLM are mentioned, and call them digital currencies. So that's the first thing I wanted to mention, the fact that the World Bank has even called these digital currencies. They also mentioned Bitcoin and Ethereum only mentioned as proof of work comparisons. So the World Bank, one of those influential financial institutions globally that does see the value in Ripple and XRP, Stellar's XLM for different purposes, XRP for cross-border, XLM for retail specifically, calling them digital currencies. So, just to the point of the lawsuit, XRP in court being called a security. Well, the World Bank doesn't agree with that. Here's the document, Central Bank Digital Currencies for Cross-Border Payments, a review of current experiments and ideas. And it's quite a lengthy PDF. I will link it in the description for those of you guys who are interested in reading the full thing. The thing I wanted to point out, guys, was something that Digital Asset Buy here mentioned, and I thought was interesting as well. I think I've seen this from the World Bank before, but in light of today's regulatory talks in the US on stablecoins, it's even more interesting. Why would the World Bank refer to XRP and XLM as stablecoins? So there's a few things here, okay? Regulatory clarity in the US looking to regulate stablecoins. We don't think of XRP and XLM as a stablecoin, of course. We have seen prices go up and prices go down. And even as of today, we are seeing price fluctuate. Like, let's just put this on the hourly real quickly, and I know this is fairly basic information for probably most of you guys. Even on the hourly, XRP has fluctuated. Right now, it's trading, as of the time of this recording, trading at about 63 cents. But, you know, it was trading as low as 62.6 just last hour. And 2 days ago, it was trading at 58.8. So, you know, fluctuations of, here, let me bring up the price range tool here. 7% to the upside, 8% to the upside. That does not sound too stable to me. So why classify this as a stable coin, considering we are not seeing any stability? Well, it could be for regulatory reasons, but then when you read further, okay, stable coins refer to a class of digital currencies that are relatively stable in terms of their price. Stablecoins offer instantaneous processing and security of payments as many cryptocurrencies do. They also offer stability with respect to their parity against fiat currencies. Two digital currencies that fall into this category are RippleNet's native digital currency, XRP, and Stellar Networks' native cryptocurrency, the Stellar Lumen, XLM. Both Ripple and Stellar enable faster and more efficient cross-border payments relative to correspondent banking. However, they differ in that the former aims at improving cross-border settlement between international banks, whereas the latter aims to provide low-cost cross-border payment financial services to end users and the unbanked population. So commenting on XRP, XLM as two digital currencies, but calling them stable coins, how is it that they can say that when we know these coins, and I mean, I can bring up the XLM chart as well, I don't think I have to, when these coins clearly are not stable? Well, guys, it reminds me of a video I did a couple of years ago and just updated it last year. I will link this video in the description. Actually, I'll link it up here in the top right-hand corner to make it easy for you guys. If you guys did not see this video, Ripple XRP, David Schwartz's vision, how and why XRP needs to moon in the blink of an eye. And I'm going to give you guys a synopsis. If you want to watch the video, it will be there for you. But David Schwartz ultimately says, okay, the price of XRP right now is reflecting the speculative market. Ripple eventually wants to target high-value cross-border payments, and you've heard David Schwartz say this before. The price of XRP has to be at a high enough price in order to target those cross-border payments. So what has to happen? Well, we can't have the price of XRP stay at 63 cents forever. So what David Schwartz is suggesting is that in the blink of an eye, essentially overnight, I mean, I don't know if it'll literally happen overnight, but essentially it has to rise from whatever the price is today to a high enough price, whether that's $50, $60, $100, $589. It has to essentially get up to a high enough price so that Ripple can conduct those high value payments. And then at that point, guys, at that point, the cryptocurrency will remain relatively stable. You won't need as many of them, therefore there will be less demand, but at that high enough price, the supply and the demand will remain stable, and you might see it fluctuate, fractions of percentage points, but ultimately will remain stable to be able to conduct those cross-border payments globally, those high value ones that Ripple has been constantly saying they've been wanting to target since day one. So could this be what this World Bank report is suggesting? Stablecoins classifying XRP and XLM stablecoins, once they do get high enough in value, the value in theory will remain stable. Once we hit a price of, let's say, $589, there will not be that volatility. And so people buying those coins at that point will not be buying them for an investment. They'll be used strictly for utility, which means you and I, guys, the ones who bought under $1, we're going to be the lucky ones. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.